Okay, well, let's create a new job. And for this company, we're going to put in this, we'll just put in this as a name real quick. So end user is what they're using. I just listed this as counter. So we start a new job in this company anyway with a quote open. So this is an open quote that a salesperson or a account manager might be using. So we've created a quote number within a job, and I've put a couple of items in here, and we're going to say that this is for the counter. This is a sub-summary title, but Alabama white granite shows that we have 20 on hand. I'm going to go ahead and do 10 at the price, so you can see it's filling in our stuff here. I'll go ahead and I tab through, and it'll give me another opportunity here for another item. We'll just throw in another one, and we're going to call this one backsplash. So again, it shows 20 on hand, and if I put in 25 here, this will turn orange to tell me that if this quote sells, we don't have enough on hand. So it's a pretty good little feature. Let's just put it 5 here at $100. So I don't want this line. I'm going to go ahead and delete it, and we'll just go with these. So now we have a quote. We can request a deposit from this quote. There's dates and notes that we can add to it, but let's get into just a little bit of the functionality of where this is coming from. So this comes from our catalog, and this little thing will pull up our catalog. I'll slide this up. So in the media section, it shows that this is the white Alabama. We have sell price, cost. There's some calculations over here, so it's showing us a sell margin of 50%. If there's a components within this, we can add component lists to this. So there might be all kinds of components that comprise this thing. We can also list the vendor. So this is like all the vendors that we have in here. So if it's Agam and they have their own SKU number and description or whatnot. So we can put in a lot of information, the specifications, again, vendors, and you can have multiple vendors. We can do a vendor down here that's air, power, gas. So we can have multiple vendors for one item, and then all the cost. And here's the current levels. So we do history and cycle counts. So there's cycle counts, last order, quarterly counts. So there's an inventory module that we built in here that's very powerful also. So let's get back to in the data. We'll also have a bigger screen. Some people like to see things in a bigger view. So this actually shows the items that we have, the backsplash, the countertops. Actually, shows us a picture over here of the item, and we can say, show this to me. You can automatically open this. So we pop up and get to see a picture of whatever the item is. So it's pretty powerful for quoting. Now, once the quote is done, we want to print it. This is giving us a couple of dialogues. We can change some of the text down here. This window's a little bit small, I guess, for this, but anyway, here's our items. It's going to quote for this company, and of course all the details for that. Now that we did the quote, I wanted to show you the quote list. So this shows us a list of all the quotes. These are obviously their old information, so they were expected to sell on these dates. The dates turn red, and then if they're current, they don't. But the great thing about this, we're actually showing our bid total and the cost of the items in that bid, so it shows us a margin. So we can keep an eye on the margin that we're selling, and this company likes to stay around a 60 margin, so we're a little bit under at 57.67. Also, the people quoting, account managers and whatnot, we put in a percentage of the chance that this will close, so maybe 100%, 50%, 40%, whatever that may be. So this is showing us our 298,000 in the pipeline quotes that could sell, and the cost of those quotes and the margin. So that's quoting. Next, we'll get on to something else.